Rakhine state faces complex political, economic, and social challenges. They can only be surmounted through a sustained and coordinated effort by the civilian.
Bangladesh is already an overpopulated country. We cannot bear this burden.
I think if I were Rohingya, I would want to stay where I was born. I'd want to stay in the land where my parents had lived, but I'd want to make sure that my government was protecting me.
In continuation of the attacks and violence executed on October 9, 2016, the clashes on August 25, 2017 marked a peak in the inhuman persecution of the Rohingyas of northern Rakhine, Myanmar. Satellite images from the Human Rights Watch showed fires and wreckages across 17 sites in the region due to clashes between militants and the Myanmar armed forces. In just over 2 weeks, 370,000 refugees have crossed over to Bangladesh.
Blood pressure আছে, diabetes আছে, অনেকগুলো আসলে জটিল রোগে উনি ভুগছেন। এখন তো রোগী শকে আছে, আগে তো শককে কভার করতে হবে। কে আছে মানে ব্লাড প্রেশার কমে গেছে। উনি দেখুন না, একবারে নিস্তেজ মরার মতোই।
Families are being torn apart as men send off their wives and children on makeshift boats across the Naf River, a journey that is in itself fraught with danger.
ঢেউয়ের সাথে কিছু লোক পড়ে গেছে, মহিলা শিশুগুলো। এখানে আছে মহিলা 8 জন, ছেলে শিশু 3 জন, আর মেয়ে শিশু 7 জন।
The events leading to this all-out war between the Rohingyas and the Myanmar government can be traced back to before the British rule. Multiple dynasties and rules within the region gave birth to racial and religious segregation, and the Rohingya alternatively being ousted and returning to their lands. Once Burma gained independence, first from Britain and then from Japan in 1948, tensions between the Burmese government and the Rohingya returned in full swing. In 1978, Operation Nagamin saw 200,000 Rohingya flee to the newly independent Bangladesh. Myanmar's 1982 citizenship law stripped the Rohingya of their nationality. They were left stateless, no birthright, condemned to ghetto in their own villages. Rohingya culture is, in fact, quite unique, despite some similarity with people of neighbouring Chittagong. They speak a variation of the Chittagonian dialect, with heavy Arabic, Persian and Afghan links. By faith, the Rohingya are Muslim. These likenesses eventually gave birth to the presumptions that the Rohingya are in actuality illegal immigrants from Bangladesh who came into Rakhine, either during the British rule or during Bangladesh's War of Independence in 1971. In March 2017, in his speech marking Myanmar's Armed Forces Day, the army chief publicly ruled out the Rohingyas' prospects of citizenship.
We have already let the world know that we don't have Rohingya in our country. The Bengalis in Rakhine State are not Myanmar citizens, and they are just people who come and stay in the country.
من بنغلاديش كما تقول الحكومة.
Bangladesh ma pure zagane, chanaru di ma Rohingya pure zagane, matu, chanaru Bangladesh annuele mogu. ကျွန်တော်တို့ကရခိုင်ပြည်နယ်ထဲမှာပေါက်ဖွားပြီးတော့ကြီးပြင်းလာတဲ့မျိုးဆက်ကနေပြီးတော့နေတဲ့လူတွေ
ဘေးဆိုင်တွေတီးပြီးဒုက္ခပေးနေတဲ့သူတွေရဲ့လောက်ရအပေါ်အမေပဲလို့မြင်ပါလေတဲ့ပထမအောင်ဆုံးအနေနဲ့ဘေးဆိုင်တွေတီးတယ်ဆိုတာသိတာကိုကဒါအကူအညီတစ်ခုပဲဒါတော့ဘေးဆိုင်တွေတီးနေလို့ရှင်ကိုဆိုင်နေတဲ့ကိုပြန်တီးလိုက်ပေါ့
Myanmar's de facto leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, has repeatedly denied all claims of ethnic cleansing thrown their way by the global community.
Do you ever worry that you will be remembered as the champion of human rights, the Nobel laureate, who failed to stand up to ethnic cleansing in her own country?
No, because I don't think there's ethnic cleansing going on. I think ethnic cleansing is too strong an expression to use for what's happening.
মানুষ হতা সিটি গেলে মাইপুমা করে কিছু মানুষ তো আছে জল লগ ফিসি ফিসি তো আছে মফক্কল তাকে কি তারা আছে হাড়ি গেলে তারা তাই পারে তারা তাই না পারে মরি যাগই তইলে গরু আছে সওয়াল আছে তারা লই যাগই মাই হন্দ সোনা সোনা শাদি হারি লেভেলে ইয়ার বাদে মাই হন্দ র‍্যাপ করে তো রাত বলে আর দেই ছিদি তার বাইরে না হারি वाला यार মানে তিরাদ মগরবন্দি বেশি জুলুম করি वाला यानी सुनो लगे आर बदागिरी ना हरी आर गुलीबार जोरा दे आर बदागिरी ना हरी दे जब मादाइशी दे तो थोड़ा आर बिसरगन करी दिए जो आर बिसरगन करी दिए आर दे मुसा यारी ने नरी सारी बेसी चलो गुरी वाली वाला यार
2015 onwards, the Rohingya have been the subject of apartheid, as thousands of Rohingya fled Myanmar to neighbouring Southeast Asian countries via the Andaman Sea. The ongoing debacle following the events of late 2016 and more recently, 25th of August onwards, has drawn in global attention.
The authorities in Myanmar must take determined action to put an end to this vicious cycle of violence and to provide security and assistance to all those in need. I urge them to ensure unhindered humanitarian access for life-saving relief operations.
Chiediamo al Signore di salvarli e suscitare uomini e donne di buona volontà in loro aiuto. Preghiamo anche per I fratelli Rohingya.
Those people, you see, who sort of harassing some Muslim, then they should remember Buddha. I think such circumstances, Buddha helping, definitely help to those poor Muslims.
Myanmar government, they should have handled this situation patiently. They should not have allowed the army or their law enforcement agency to attack the common people. What is the crime of the children or women or the innocent people?
Bangladesh has already been sheltering over 500,000 Rohingya refugees for 2 decades, out of sheer moral consideration. In collaboration with the United Nations, Bangladesh previously brokered 2 repatriation agreements with Myanmar, hoping to mediate the situation. While Myanmar did accommodate these agreements initially, no permanent solution had been settled on.
We have to give them shelter so that they can live. They can get some food, medication.
How long do you plan to do that for?
As long as they take them back.
In addition to the pre-existing refugee shelters, the Bangladesh government has newly allotted 2,000 acres of forest land for the Rohingya refugees. Social activists and locals in Cox's Bazar have voluntarily come forward in aid of the persecuted. Material and financial support from international communities to Bangladesh cannot end the agony, misery, or the loss in life for Rohingyas. The global community is incessantly asking Bangladesh to be human, to be kind. The question we ask is, for how long? And to what end? Keeping Rohingyas at bay or turning our eyes from their plight will only risk our own peace and prosperity. They deserve recognition, dignity and respect as every other ethnic people in Myanmar.
আর পরে বাংলাদেশের মধ্যে এই পর্যন্ত আমরা অপেক্ষায় বসে আছি
হতে আরা দেশের বিচার গান হইব আরা বিচার পাইম শান্তি পাইম
বিবলি দেশ ইয়ার মজা আসি আরা এদেশত তাই বলা আসি নট আরা ইনসাফ সাইবেলা বলে হই আসি আরা ইনসাফ পাই আরা দেই
Sheltering a persecuted population of 1.1 million is not a sustainable solution, is also not a one-man job. Will the world stand vigil as an entire people, an entire culture is denied survival? It is time for every conscientious, responsible person, nation, race to step forward to ensure that the Rohingyas get back to their homes and their lives back.